Digestion and absorption. The process of breaking down of complex food substances into simple absorbable forms is called digestion. Human digestive system consists of alimentary canal and associated digestive glands. Here you can see the human digestive system diagram. After digestion, carbohydrates are broken down into simpler glucose molecules and proteins into amino acids and fat into fatty acid and glycerol. The alimentary canal is a long, coiled and muscular tube and it extends from mouth to anus. Food taken into the alimentary canal is propelled through it by a wave of contraction and relaxation of its muscular wall and it is called peristalsis. And the different parts of alimentary canal are shown in this diagram very clear. Mouth is the first part. It leads into buccal cavity or oral cavity or mouth cavity which has a number of teeth and a muscular tongue also. Dentition is the term used to denote the name, number and arrangement of teeth inside the buccal cavity or oral cavity. Human dentition is described as heterodont, thecodont and diffeodont dentition. Let us learn one by one. Each tooth is embedded in a socket of jawbone and this type of dentition is called thecodont dentition. Theca means cavity. Here you can see the socket of jaw and a different type of teeth also. Presence of different kinds of teeth in the buccal cavity of an organism is called heterodont dentition. And the different types of teeth are incisor, canine, premolars and molars. The four different types are shown here, very clear. Arrangement of teeth in each half of the upper and lower jaw in the order incisor, canine, premolar and molar is represented by the dental formula and in human it is 2, 1, 2, 3 by 2, 1, 2, 3. Human beings form two sets of teeth during their lifetime, a set of temporary milk teeth replaced by a set of permanent or adult teeth, and this type of dentition is called diffeodont dentition. The surface of the teeth is made up of enamel that help in the mastication of food. The tongue is freely movable muscular organ attached to the floor of the oral cavity by the frenulum. Now the oral cavity leads into pharynx which serve as a common passage for food and air. The esophagus and trachea or windpipe open into the pharynx. Here it is very clear, the pharynx region. Opening of trachea or windpipe is called glottis. When food passes through the pharynx, epiglottis closes the glottis to prevent entry of food into the respiratory passage. So a cartilaginous flap called epiglottis that prevents the entry of food into the glottis during swallowing. So this is the respiratory system diagram. Here you can see the trachea. Its opening is called glottis and it is covered by the cartilaginous lid epiglottis. Very clear here. Esophagus is a thin long tube which extends posteriorly passing through the neck, thorax and diaphragm and leads to J-shaped bag-like structure called stomach. So this is the structure of alimentary canal in man. Here the different parts are shown. Mouth that leads into buccal cavity, it leads into pharynx, then next part is esophagus which opens into the stomach, then small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. Then a sphincter muscle, namely gastroesophageal sphincter, regulates the opening of esophagus into the stomach. Stomach is located in the upper left portion of the abdominal cavity and it has three different parts. A cardiac portion into which the esophagus opens, a fundic region and a pyloric region which opens into first part of small intestine. Here is the different parts of stomach, namely cardiac, fundic and pyloric. Just observe and try to understand. Small intestine is distinguishable into three regions, a U-shaped duodenum, a long coiled jejunum and a highly coiled ileum. The opening of the stomach into the duodenum is guarded by another sphincter muscle that is called pyloric sphincter. Now the ileum opens into the large intestine. It consists of cecum, colon and rectum. Cecum is a small blind sac which hosts some symbiotic microorganisms and a narrow finger-like projections. The vermiform appendix arises from the cecum. And the cecum opens into next part, namely colon. Colon is again divided into three parts, namely an ascending colon, a transverse colon and a descending colon. So in this diagram, the different parts are very clear. Cecum, ascending colon, transverse, descending colon, etc. And the vermiform appendix also shown. The descending colon opens into the rectum, which opens outside through the anus. Hope you understood the concept well.